Hello everyone, and welcome back to another commentary. I know it's been a while since I've actually done one of these, like properly talking to a microphone, so I apologise for that. The thing is, like you should know by now, since I've finished uni, life is a bit difficult. It's not the easiest thing to just chug along with, as some students would know, or ex-students, I don't know. When you leave uni, you'll find out it's not easy for everyone. Education doesn't necessarily mean you'll get a decent job right away, which means you can move out and have all your dreams come true, but it gets you there, kinda. So the gameplay, which I'm not really going to be talking about, is quite old. It's for the Xbox. I'm still having trouble with fraps at the moment and the files and everything like that, so there will be lots more PC footage coming soon because that is mostly what I play on now. I just can't play the Xbox anymore. Battlefield 3 for the Xbox for me, after playing so much on the PC, is just too weird. My thumbs, I've lost it all in my thumbs, and it's not as fun. So, yeah, if you want to play Battlefield 3 with me, I will sometimes be on the Xbox, but mostly add me on Battlelog for the PC and just drop in and do whatever, because I'm mostly on that. And I also, when I'm playing on PC, I'm using my TeamSpeak server, so IP will be down in the description for that, but that's also used for the Minecraft server. But anyways, that'll be a completely separate video talking about that. The issue I wanted to raise in this video, well, it's not an issue, it's a business venture. Now, most of you may know what I want to do with life is go into the video games industry. My aim for the most part has been to go in as a sound designer, audio developer or composer, anything to do with audio really, and that's not turned out so great. I've worked on a couple of indie projects, one semi-released, everybody just kind of stopped because we all had real life stuff going on, and it just released as it was, open source of course. The other one I was a composer for, quite controversial. It's really short, independent, just something somebody made, whipped up a little story. Not exactly a great game, but it got me, something else to put in my portfolio. And another one, two more I'm currently working on. One I'm working on as a composer, and another I'm working on as the sound designer. One's taking a pause for a minute because obviously the people who are programming it are going through some university stuff, and they live in Spain. And the other one, which I'm doing sound design for, obviously that's going on forward, full steam ahead. Probably be out within, I don't know, by the end of the year. Demo's out end of March, I think. I'll talk about that later. But anyway, nothing's being paid. I want to make a career out of this, and I wanted to get into a proper, company, hopefully, but it's really difficult to do. And I've had an interview. I've applied for so long. I've had quite a few positions come up, but I've not got the job or an interview or anything like that, and it's frustrating. So what my plan is to do now is to make my own game, and obviously I can't do that on my own. I mean, I don't want to spend years learning how to program, because I've done a bit of C++, and writing a game in C++ or writing just a game in general, I know I won't be able to do it. And of course, most people who make games on their own, they spend years doing it, and I don't want to do that. So what I propose to you is, I have a game planned out in my head. I'm looking for people to help me make it. I've got the engine sorted out, but basically I'm going to go through the details and what I need, who I need. And if you're interested, then of course you can message me. I'm going to actually put a link to a document which you can look at, see if you fit the bill, and then you can email me on that. But any spam or anything like that, then I will not appreciate it. So yes. So basically, I have an idea in my head. Well, in my head, it's actually getting down onto paper now, all the design and the core mechanics and things. I'm going to be making a game based on science and magic, which is going to be, it's a weird concept, but it works, and the core gameplay mechanic revolves around this, and the unique way which I want the magic to interact in the world, in the environment. And that is the core mechanic. I won't go into it any further because I don't want people to steal my idea. It's an important idea, and it's going to be a small indie game. It's going to be the main driving force of the game. So obviously, don't want people to steal it. I want it to be simple and not, overcomplicated, because people won't buy it and it will just be a terrible game. Because I know how to make games and how to design games. As a gamer, I know what makes a game or breaks a game. As a person who wants to work in the industry, I know how to produce a game. I've been into several game studios and had to look at their layout, what they need, what they do. So I'm quite keyed up on how to actually do this. I admit my business is kind of weak. But anyways, it's a lot to say. The engine is going to be Unity. Now, the reason I'm using Unity is because it's basically free to develop for the PC. It is a 3D engine, but it can be easily used to make a 2D platformer game. So Unity's engine, the thing is, the engine works in a scripted way, and it works with C#, Boo, which is hilarious, and JavaScript. But of course, JavaScript is mostly for web, and it works in a completely different way in Unity. So the people who I'm looking for who want to help me on this game must know C#, and if you know C++ or Objective-C, anything like that, that's a plus. Or Java, actually. Java's actually quite a good one. So that's a plus. So if you programmers wanted to work on a game, and who has actually worked on a game or a mod before, that would be even better, because you know the workflow a bit better and kind of how to work it. And if you've worked in Unity before, that's an even bigger plus. So yes, obviously I may be rambling a bit now, but it'll all be written down properly in the documentation that will be in the link below. So go and look on that. Of course, I'll also need some artists, or an artist. The art style is going to be more like Cobalt, the game that Mojang are publishing. It's not going to be like a copy of that game. It's going to be a completely different game to that, but it's a 2D kind of high definition sprite game, basically. And I like how polished it looks, and it's not like as bad as the DS Castlevanias, which is really kind of pixel. You can tell like that, even though they are really good. But I want it to be more detailed than that. But it's not like Terraria, which is really, really, that lo-fi. I want it to be a nice polished feel, and to look really nice in a 2D manner, but not. And I don't want it to use like the 3D stuff. If it's 3D, then it just look a bit weird, I think. So people who know how to work with 2D within Unity and design art to that style, it would be much appreciated. And I think lastly, who else do I need? I'm just thinking about this now, because I might need somebody to help with the business side, because I know music industry business, but game industry business is a completely different thing. And if this sells, which I plan to sell it on Steam for about £3, if it does sell, of course I'll pay the people who have worked on it with me. But I want to invest money in the company and get it started. And I have a a crowdfunder, that's the one, a pitch going. So if that goes through, then hopefully I'll be able to pay the people who work on it and actually set up the company. But it won't be a lot, it's not that much money. It's just to help the company start, get people interested and develop on it and working. And it just basically, if you're interested, then I'll explain it in further detail then. I don't want to reveal too much in a video, obviously. But so far, of course, I need programmers using C#, Java or C++, who know how to use Unity, artists who know how to work within 2D, a business manager kind of thing. I myself will be doing the sound design, the composing. I will also be doing the community managing, although I want everybody to kind of help in with that, because it just helps if everybody's involved with the community, and it just helps. Communication is vital, and I don't want to just exclude the community altogether. I'll also be the webmaster. I'll be designing the website, but I have somebody who said he could. He's just a bit busy right now, but until I can bring him on board and he can, and something's there to put a website about, I'll be making the website, putting that up. I've already bought a domain name. It's cost me a lot of money. So I've purchased a company domain name for a year. I think that's all I want to say at the moment. There is a load to talk about this. It would actually be preferable if the people who are applying for this, or want to help me, live in the UK, because it just makes it easier to pay them once the money's coming in. But obviously I'm not going to restrict it to that, because there's a lot of you all over the world who are very talented, and I don't want to exclude you. But if it picks up and I earn some money, then I want to set up offices. And of course, if you live in the UK, I can you might be able to relocate, or just commute to work, because they'll be sitting in an office working on games all day, which will be brilliant. If you're overseas, we'll not have the resources to relocate you to work on it, and I don't want to work, I don't want to have a career where I'm relying on people from long distance. I want to keep an eye on you. Yeah, that's how it works. It's just more convenient in that way. But for the first initial project, of course, I'm not going to exclude the world. It'll also be preferable if you are over 18, and the minimum is over 16. I don't want people who haven't quite matured yet. I'm not trying to, discriminate. I don't know. I'm not trying to be mean, but I need people who can focus and dedicate their, amount of time, and who are, who've gone through so much education and such. I'm not saying kids are stupid, because there are probably, there are most likely many people who are half my age who are twice as intelligent as me. That's just the way the world works. There's always somebody more intelligent than you, and younger and better, and I'm just saying 16 would be nice, because then it wouldn't be a team working with a minor or something. It'll be adults or mature teenagers and such, and that's the kind of environment I want to work in. So if you're under 16, I'm sorry, but that's just the line I'm setting, the bar, because you won't apply for a job at 16 in a game a game development house, will you? It's just not realistic. It might work, but before 16 they're not going to hire anyone. So grow up. Literally grow up. That feels like such a really weird and horrible thing to say. Just grow up. But anyways, the gameplay is actually coming to a close now. I haven't been paying attention to it, so apologies, but I wanted to get this offer out there. And like I said, the stuff's going to be in the description. I'll discuss it more with the people who apply and want to work with me and work on this project. I assure you it's going to be an amazingly fun project to work on. I just can't do it by myself. And being the person who wants to get this done, the lead designer, producer, whatever you want to call me, I have to delegate roles to people who want to work with me. So that's my job, along with many others, and I guess I'll hopefully be talking to you soon if you're interested. Until then, I'll just say I have more videos coming out soon. I don't know what to use the rest of this time up on. Basically, I'm going to have a Q&A video coming out soon. I'm going to ask you to ask me questions, but do it in that video, because I haven't done one of those before. I have recently just uploaded an MAV one, I think. It depends on the order I've done this. And then I've got the final Arcs episode coming out. So look forward to all that on my channel, and hopefully one on Gaming Legit soon. So that's it for today, whenever you're watching this. For now. Okay, yeah, that's it. So take care guys, and thanks for listening.